I consider Bride of Deimos to be an artistic total package. Character designs, background art, scene composition, animation, music, sound effects, everything combines to create an ominous atmosphere. Studio Madhouse had the opportunity to produce an OVA adapting a shoujo manga where a cursed man pursues a beautiful teen so that her body can be used as the vessel for his wife whose flesh is rotting away. Sadly, what we get is a random chapter from a 17-volume manga. I don't blame Madhouse for not producing the complete adaptation because, for one, they were likely commissioned for just one episode, and two, I don't think the manga was ever completed either. Although this was likely intended to be a promo for the manga, its end result far surpassed its purpose and created a visual experience capable of standing on its own. Additionally, I couldn't help but notice a similarity between this and Vampire Hunter D. Surprisingly, it shares the same animation director as Vampire Hunter D as well as several other 80s classics you might be familiar with. Furthermore, it was directed by Madhouse co-founder Rintaro, who has his own extensive list of accomplishments. Presentation aside, there is a story that's being told in Bride of Deimos. In fact, there's two. Admittedly, this 30-minute OVA felt like it lasted an hour due to it being so dense with artistic value as well as its two stories. The first lays the groundwork for the main plot by introducing Deimos and his wife's would-be host Minako. The second story occupies the majority of the OVA. It's basically episodic subplot from the manga that depicts a secluded brother and sister who lure people into their mansion to murder them. Surprisingly, this segment of the story was pretty impressive considering it only occupied roughly 15 to 20 minutes of screen time. In addition to being suspenseful, the brother and sister received characterization, a backstory, and it's even concluded with tragic irony, which I actually thought was pretty touching. As long as you come into this OVA expecting the main plot to go nowhere and the subplot to be the high point of its narrative, then you'll likely enjoy the OVA even more. Personally, I was confused by this gradual focal shift considering Minako's involvement with the brother and sister duo. Hopefully this review can set your expectations appropriately so that you know what to look for and so that its loose ends don't trip you up. Is Bride of Deimos a bad manga adaptation or an awe-inspiring work of art? There are mixed opinions about this, but I think it's open to interpretation. I read a bit of its manga out of curiosity, and it does have a portion of its artistic flair in early chapters. It might be a great read, it's just not for me. However, I do know that I will continue to spread awareness about this OVA because I believe its presentation and atmosphere outweigh its broken plot. I give Bride of Deimos a 7.5 out of 10. If you have 30 minutes, then I think this is totally worth your time. Unfortunately, this OVA can only be found in VHS RIP format. It's currently available on YouTube, but YouTube compression plus VHS RIP quality doesn't do the anime any favors. I recommend finding a higher quality version of the VHS RIP if you can. If you decide to check out Bride of Deimos, come back and tell me what you think. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and also share with your friends so that they can experience the visual wonders of Bride of Deimos. This is our best chance at assuring these anime aren't forgotten. Thanks to my Patreon supporters and supporters through my YouTube channel memberships for making these videos possible. An extra special thanks goes to Nia-chan for going third tier and supporting the channel that way. I couldn't do it without you all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow with my review of Odd Taxi. Later.